Hello, Internet, or more specifically right now, hello, YouTube. We're doing something a little different starting now. I am going back to actually trimming and editing this series a bit, which God, it's been so long. I think that's how I started this, as, this is going to be the series that I actually trim down and edit. And then I decided no. Uh, but now I've decided, yes, again, we're going to go try and go back to that. So, part of what that means, I'm currently not streaming this. Normally, I would stream these, record the stream, and then upload. If you're here and have seen my previous ones, you've seen that. Uh, I've decided not to do that, partially because it's a little more taxing on my PC. My hope is that this will give us a little bit better frame rate and consistency. We'll see. That may be just not how it goes at all, but that's my hope. It'll also mean uh you get a little bit more tailored content and you can get it more regularly. Because if I'm just recording this, there's nothing that says when I have to record. So I can start recording when I'm off camera, and if something like a ship flies over and I'm like, ooh, I want to attack that ship, I can hop in the headhunter, go attack that ship, and have content, not worry about you guys missing it. So, yeah. I'm probably not going to edit heavily, mind you. This is probably gonna, I'll trim the ends. I may separate things out into multiple. So I'll essentially work it like a recording session where I will record this time I normally record, and we'll see what comes out of that. So we'll see. It may be very similar to how it was before, just only on YouTube, essentially. So it's kind of just playing it by ear. Uh, okay, first order of business, out of the way. Second order of business, uh, I normally cough a bit because I have a bit of a chronic cough. That's been really acting up as we go into spring. So, I'm currently have a cough drop in my mouth. I'm gonna try, which you can possibly hear, so figured I should say it fairly early. Uh, I'm gonna try to cough less, but there's only so much I can really do about it. There's one there. Uh, the downside, it's cough. It's essentially me clearing my throat because I have drainage from my sinuses going into my vocal cords. Those are the things I use to speak, so this is obviously not super ideal, but we tough through it anyway. Part of the magic of the new kind of recording session method, it'll hopefully give me enough content that I can get ahead on episodes. Because how I've been doing it thus far, it's weekly stream, stream, and then I upload that stream, and then the next week I stream again. So, my hope is with this, it'll help me have a little bit more leeway, so if I need to take a week because my voice is dead, I can. Unfortunately, the week I need to do that is now. So, here we are. But, yeah, so okay. New streaming schedule, or new video production methodology. Horrible, horrible throat. Third thing, you may notice there are some differences. Oh, speaking of ship. I will consider that a little later. So, you may notice, those astute of you, there are some differences here at the oil, gas, hydrogen refinery place from last time. So I realized the tanks were filling, but they were pretty slow. You remember the storage container filled up pretty quick. You can see I've moved the drill a little bit more. we basically hit the point where we had a bunch of ice. It wasn't refined. Refining quick enough. And so it just, annoyance came from it. So I added more generators. We have a nice little row. We can walk down it. Looks real cool in sci-fi. So that's helping crank out a lot more hydrogen, which is nice. Which, speaking of, let's see. Oh yeah, it's nearly half done with ice. So we could get get the drill going again. I had this nice little bench seat. Just so I could get more power. Makes it a little easier to do this. See this view of the big old smile I've created on the land. And from here you can see, well, yeah, we'll get the drill going first, so, because then I can talk and be productive at the same time. Okay. So up, down, I've extended the drill down, so if we turn drill on, cough a bit, and now we simply reverse velocity, and we should be good. So it'll now drill, similar to how the iron drills work, now it'll do another pass in this arc going down further. And we should have 2 more drops down before we reach our limit, and then we get to bring it in, like, very, very slightly. We're probably only going to make a big smile here and not much else, because we really don't need that much hydrogen. So, productivity. The other thing, so because I added 3 more generators, our battery was very quickly depleting. You can see now it is just barely making any, we barely have any positive charge on this base, so it's taking quite a long time to fill up. We very nearly killed the base, because the 3 wind turbines I had technically weren't even enough for the 3 of these. You need 4, really, probably. I don't know how math works. Each of these generators takes 500 kilowatts of power. Each of those, at their maximum best, can put out like 412 kilowatts. And most of them are too close together to be operating at their best. So, to solve my problem, I just built a bunch of them. And essentially built these little bars going off into the hillside. Placed some more on there. I raised all of them up just a little bit. Well, these didn't exist. I raised these up a little bit to try and get them a bit more optimal. It kind of varies, but in general, we have enough power to run all 6 of these as they process their ice. Look at it go down there. Beautiful. So yeah, so that's big change. One of the other big changes you might notice, I finished the tower, so we can now dock up to it. And I built this little walkway over to this little pad. And that's a different color than this, I think, or a different... light armor. It's a different color, whatever. Built this little landing pad so that if I just needed to land, like, the Headhunter's a bad example because it doesn't use hydrogen. But if I have a little hydrogen ship, it can just land down here, and I don't have to scale a tower. Which we'll come to that in a minute. But yeah, we can see we've now got 1 little light on. They should be about 30, yeah, 36% full. They're all at the same fullness. That's how hydrogen works. It's getting distributed evenly. So, Yeah. So we're quickly stocking up, which is good. What I'm going to do now, our first progress for today, it's time to actually hook this up to the base and start getting some hydrogen in it. Because part of it, those tanks on the base, there are 3 tanks on the base and 4 on scrap metal. So I think, yeah, there are 3 in the engine pod. They're kind of on the right. And I believe there's a 4th one hidden somewhere inside. Let's just see. Yeah. I don't know where they all are, but they're somewhere. So, oh, actually I do that from here. There's so many things. I need to really go through and like fix up the menu, hide things that don't need to be accessed, like these beds. But it takes a lot of time. So if we go elevator, we'll pull that back up first, because we shouldn't really need it. Now it won't do much good up in the sky. We'll wait for it. It is cool watching just kind of retract back in. Up until very recently, things of that nature were not doable. Oh, I'm used to streaming things, so I just like side talk to you guys while I glanced over at the stats and everything, only to realize, oh yeah, I'm not actually streaming. No one's in the chat. No one's watching. No one was, but you know, I was always hopeful. So. Okay. We should be ready to head on over. Turn on our Atmo thrust. Unlock our landing gear. Turn on dampeners so we don't fall back down. Now the downside, I was sort of hoping that hooking up to this base would also be able to charge us a little quicker, charge the batteries. Unfortunately, I don't think it's barely got enough power for it. So I don't think we're going to be getting any power bonuses from docking. It'll just be hydrogen. What I may do, especially because we'll probably, with the ice we have, we should be able to get a lot extra. I may add a hydrogen engine either onto the scrap metal or onto the base that can be used to convert hydrogen into electricity to actually charge things up that way. Okay, so that looks aligned from one angle. Well, now it looks aligned. Let's go in this way. Do I actually, is this? Yes, that is the keel. I need to write a cheat sheet because I have different. So this is the main, I can't remember if I talked about this when I set it up. We've got the main flight controls, and these are controls for the side connector arm. Which really isn't all that useful, but it looks cool. Oop, okay. There we are. Uh-oh. That's not good. But that's the power of editing. You maybe won't even see that message I just got. So we're just going to pause our recording and solve that. Haha, it's like I was never even gone. That's real handy, I'll have to remember that. Obviously, the pre-editing and the fact that I called it out ruins it, but it does make life handy being able to just stop. Okay. So, real quick, actually dock up. Turn off that. And now, despite the fact that it doesn't look like we should be good and stable, we are. That's the power of magnets, baby. So yeah, now what I can do, if I set, so these tanks are already filling up off the hydrogen. If I set these to stockpile, they won't be used, but they should also pull, yeah, they'll pull it all out of these. And they will take all the fuel. I just have to remember, turn them off stockpile before I try to fly, because it will be very bad if they are not. Granted, we have the Atmo, so we don't actually need them for flight. We just won't go anywhere. That's very strange. So I've had, unrelated to anything gameplay wise, I've had a cough drop kind of sitting in my cheek, sort of how like old dudes do chew. Now that's an OSHA hazard. Uh anyway, I have a cough drop in my sitting in my cheek, kind of in between my cheek and my teeth. Uh and that way I can still speak while it's in there sending the good juices down my throat. Uh except it's kind of melted in the way that it's like kind of crinkly and taken the shape of my teeth a bit. It was very weird. I moved it for a second. I was like, oh, that's not a cough drop. Uh, so yeah, that distraction out of the way. What am I doing? Why am I here? Okay. Well, that's kind of ominous. Kind of cool, though. I like that. View of the ship at dock. So, ship getting fueled from the ice. How much? This was about half empty before, so... Whoops, it's full now. Drill end. Drill off. That off. Lock the rotor. Well, we just burned through a bit of ice that we don't get to use, but that's fun. That is the one downside. And that's why the 6 really isn't even enough, but just with the amount of stuff I had to do to get 6 running, having any more is just going to be, I mean, it's what you'd need, but it'd just be a massive thing. I'd have to run, basically have a giant wind farm to make it work. Or start using the fuel to make more fuel, which is kind of iffy. So, yeah, we'll let that do its thing. And yeah, so the next thing on the docket. So, once we fill up the scrap metal, we're pretty much ready to go to space. To leave the planet and everything we've ever known and set out for, well, Mars, which is there, conveniently visible. And then that might be the alien planet, or it might be a moon of Mars. Who knows? Uh, so yeah. That, I think that's actually, Triton is the ice planet. I don't think that's our moon. Our moon's bigger. Probably down there somewhere. We'll see it once we get out away from the planet. But, so, point with space, when I go up there with the scrap metal, that's it. We're going, I mean, it may not be it, because if we die up there with the scrap metal, we come back here. But the intent is that once we go, we load up everything we need to take to Mars and start a Martian base, and we go. To do that, I want to have a little bit more protection than what the guns can offer me. There are things up there in space. I put them there, so I know they're there. there are things up there that are real bad. There are, the ships that are down here. We've had the bases that attacked us. That's not great. There are things up there whose sole purpose, the reason they exist in the game, is they are designed to come hunt you down and kill you and make you dead, which is not ideal. So, since we can't use, since the base shield things in the game aren't really shields anyway, they're just kind of a weird bubble, and since we can't use them on a mobile grid anyway, my best bet in terms of vanilla in the game protection is a jump drive. So if we can just pop in here. I left this cavity open here in the back of it's very dark in here. Lights. There we go. So I left this cavity back here specifically so that we could fit a jump drive into it. I don't have the parts to make one. They take... Yeah, I think it'll show me here. So, a jump drive. They take gravity components and a ton of superconductors. Superconductor, I think you need gold and silver for. Possibly gravity component as well. Gravity component may even take platinum. All those things... Well, platinum you cannot find on the planet. It's only in space. Some of those other things you can find on the planet. But I don't have them. And frankly, I don't really feel like looking around here much more for them. That's boring. My plan for this episode, whatever these will become, my plan for today is I'm going to build a ship, a small grid, mining prospector ship that runs on hydrogen. I'm going to take that to space, and I'm going to get what I need to outfit the scrap metal to be able to survive. If I have a small grid little miner, I should be able to either hide in an asteroid if something nasty comes about, or get out of the way. And at the very least, it's a small little thing purpose-built. If it gets destroyed, it gets destroyed. It won't be as bad as losing the whole shebang. So, that's what we're doing. We should have... my inventory is very full. It's full of some stuff that I can use. So, this will be a building episode, probably. And I have just realized that I was gonna, build it on this lovely pad I built, except for I can't... If I launch straight up, I'm just launching into the landing gear of my ship. So, that's not ideal. But that's fine. Part of me does want to make this maybe not super effective on planets, but I would like to make it something that can operate on a planet so that I can take it with me. If it survives this initial thing. So, let's get our bits. We'll need a connector. Need some armor. Need some conveyors. Need a brain. That's for me. We'll need one of those. Hydrogen tank. Oh, landing gear. So I can actually build it. Yes. That'll start us off. So... Okay. Completely misaligned that, but whatever. It'll all fall into place. Okay. Why you no like? Is it too close to the ground? Ah, yes. I just realized something. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm a naughty cheater. Okay. Editing powers activate. We will reverse that. There we go. Oops. Yeah, so why may not even leave that in? Who knows? I don't. Uh, in future me will. So yeah. Well, we'll just see. We'll just see. I probably will remove that. This isn't real. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Well, but how to come back from it? See, this is the worst part, is now I'm babbling about it. So, like, what do I keep? What do I remove? Now this isn't really even content. Whatever. Own your mistakes. This stuff, the grading, cheated that in. I was too lazy. Probably had the parts up in there. Didn't feel like getting them and welding them. Now you know. So that's why creative mode was on and why I just had a kerfuffle. But, no matter. Because we will not be doing that. Ooh, look at it come at you. We will not be doing that anymore. Unless we do. Dang it. No, stop it. There we go. Okay. Now that's proper, not actually anything wireframe. That is perfectly fine and not cheating. Okay. So now we put one of those. Okay. So I'm thinking we'll have that. We'll have our hydrogen tank. Do I want two? Let's go with one and we'll see what happens. We'll put an oxygen tank as well. That way we have breathable air up in the space. We need to get fuel for our backpack to make life easy. Actually, super quick, I can just dump it in here. I should have been doing that a long time ago. Okay. So, hydrogen tank, oxygen tank. We'll need... Okay, so what we'll do, there's a connector port that's invisible now, but there's one here and here where we'll have these come out. In fact, while we're here, we'll stick our gyro right there. A cockpit there. And then... where are our drill? I always lose the drills. You're in here. So yeah. I like them like that, so we'll go ahead. Ankle piece there. somewhere, and there. And our drills. That's like a little lobster with a butt. Yeah. So, okay, next, what we'll want... should I have a generator on board as well? So the benefit of an onboard O2H2 generator is if I find ice on an asteroid, I can restock and refill. Yeah, then I probably should. Where would be the best spot? I could use the two front connectors if I kind of build out and stick it right under here. Or actually, there's a big connector on the bottom of this cockpit. Yeah, because I think it'll do best if it lands and launches vertically like that, at least here. Though, I don't necessarily want it to do that forever. So, let's change what we were doing. So if I put this down here, I can refuel everything. I can also use those two ports on the back to put two small thrusters. So my thinking is, I want to have this set up. There are thrust. I want to have this set up with two big honkin' thrusters to actually take off and to go into space. They'll also be there to help me get away from anything that may want to come and make me dead, because I can just hit onto big thrusters and zip away. But they aren't going to be good for fine maneuvering, so I'll have small thrusters, maybe two in every direction, which I can place here. And those will be my main navigation thrusters. So I can use those to, well, navigate. Get around in space, do what I need to do, not become dead. Oh, and in fact, well, I could stick there. Decisions. Ooh. Hold on. Oh, dang. So I like this upper front area. I just had an idea. So I've got these side things, which have large ports. I could put tanks on those. Or I could put O2H2 generator. Maybe let's do that. Changing back. So we'll have that there. We'll have 102, blah, 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 102H2 generator. And our battery. Then we have our upwards, downwards thrust. Oh, we can put our reverse thrust off the connectors down here. Yes. And then we can mirror that with some headlights up above. Yeah, that's taken on a shape. Okay. So, I think that's all the kind of components we need. Now, the only downside, so my thought with how this was going to work, I wanted to have the, uh, I don't want to use actual storage because I think storage will make it too heavy. My thought was just to use the storage of the drills. Though I'm starting to regret that because I probably will need a lot of gold and silver and stuff. I do have some silver here. Let's actually, that's up in the scrap metal. Let's see what I actually need to make these things. Go on down to our assembler. So, okay. So for a superconductor, I need gold. For a gravity component, gold and cobalt. Is that, oh god, 73, required 73.3 grams of cobalt for one of those bad boys. My word. Because I'm also going to need some gravity components for the gravity generator. Okay, so it takes 6. 20 for the jump drive, so that's a ton of cobalt. Well, I know where some cobalt is, though I'm debating maybe it would be better to find it on an asteroid, because then I can mine it easier. That is the one benefit of, the big benefit of going to space is it's much easier to mine things because there's no gravity. So you don't have to worry about getting so heavy you can't fly home. So, okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... Oh, and that means changing up a lot. I wish there was a good way to just, like, slap this section back onto changes back here. Oh, actually, no, there... I know what I'm doing. You just build more scaffolding. Oh, no, but that... I won't be able to move it a block, will I? I will not, is the answer to that. For those of you wondering, asking hypothetical questions to myself. Okay. Well, what to do then? So if I leave that there... Well... Okay. So, with ore... Oh, those are important parts that I need to do things. Get rid of those. Leave that there. Okay. So, battery. I want these. And cargo. So, the benefit of ore, it can flow through small cargo ports. These things can on the side of this block. Certain large materials, like certain components, cannot fit through those. So, yeah, so what I can do, if I put these here, that'll work. The downside is I lose, well, okay. Make some changes. So we won't have that there. We will put our O2H2 there. We'll have our cargo, one module on each side. Yeah. And then up here, so we have that middle block is kind of a multi-purpose block. And maybe I should... No, I can reach them from out here. I probably should start welding these up, because the issue is I'm going to cover up things. But we'll see. We'll deal with that when it comes. So what I'll put here are 2 hydrogen engines that I'll be able to use. Yeah, to recharge a battery down here. So, it'll look kind of like a little fat thing. But, yeah, I think that's everything. And what I can do is... there. So, we need that back. We need that back. We'll have our connector right there under the cockpit. Oh, dang it. It's the danger. Building while using your jetpack as you burn through fuel. Good thing I'm sitting on a land made entirely of fuel. Yeah, okay. Give me you, but not the rest. Give me you, but not the rest. So, I'll make some extensions for those thrusters. Maybe we'll save that for now. Go ahead and get some of this stuff welded up. Oh, and... you. On you go. Okay. So now we weld. Another benefit of building everything in small grid blocks, much cheaper. Oh, and I should set some... We'll set a bunch of that. How much iron do I... 25k. I forget how much iron I brought over here, but I've definitely burned through a good bit of it. Even without the cheating. So... oh, yeah, look at all those things. These... yeah, interior plate. It should go... I'm hoping this thing will have enough, enough thrust to lift itself. Even if I can't reuse it elsewhere, I hope it has enough to be able to get off the planet here empty. I'd love to be able to use this thing on the planet. Maybe once I have stuff welded, I'll look for other places on the bottom to put, thrusters. Because I'll need a lot more, you know, normal thrust if I want to actually use it here. But... yeah. I think it should at least have enough juice to be able to get up into space, even if it can't do mining here on Earth. Okay. Perfect. Oh, need more steel plate. Okay. That'll take a lot. Mm-hmm. These. Oh, well, that's all. Okay. Some stuff in you. Stuff in that. And we're out of steel again. Welded some of that. Who needs energy? I do once I run out of energy. Because I'll no longer be able to weld. Okay. Well, let's go have a sit. Ponder how much fuel we have, or ice we have. Yeah, it's really churning through it. How much are the tanks on the ship? Nearly 40% full. So that's good. That's about what the 3 tanks were at each earlier, so that's handy. I guess I could turn on the uh scrap metals O2H2 generator too. Because it has one, but it's not on. Downside is that's more power it's using. And that also kind of indicates, so with how long 6 of them take quite a while to fill up the tanks, just one is really not going to be able to be much help. I'll have to sit there for a while just letting it do its thing. What do I need now? Did I get those? No. So that's what I need. Make sure all the blocks inside are welded, because otherwise everything will fall apart. Okay. We'll just take a bunch of motors and a bunch of computers. So everything needs some motors and computers. Yeah. And I'll need power cells for everything. Some tubes. Oh, wow. I figured the drills would need more motors, because I think the big drills need like 100 of them. Okay. Come on, get in. Yes. Oh, and... Oops. Looks like I wasn't quite done with the stuff I had before. Let's get everything in these that it could need. Been computered. Oops. That was build planner, which I should be using for this, as I've said many times, but I'm not. Just doesn't quite make sense in my brain. Yes. Okay. So next, let's see if we have not many large steel tubes. We need a bunch of them. Yeah, that's like all of them just now. Yep, we're definitely needing more. Well, we've got that. They aren't too bad, it's just more iron. We'll move the... Oh. Well, we can move those too, but... Oh, I guess we moved it all. Handy. Uh... Yeah, I don't think... Guess I can just take those. I can't hold very many of them, so... Put there and there. Okay. How many do I have? Ah, that's dead even what I needed, or what I had. Well, we'll take some of them. Ah, drills are up. Think our lights will be good, yep. Oh. Needing motors for that. Did I forget to do... No, I just missed that one. Okay, you don't need motors. Okay. What's next? A lot of stuff needs small steel tubes, so... Of which I have a few. Yep. Now those need grids. Get your tubes. Oh, the gyro needed a... Oh, and these needed large tubes. Fine, give me the tubes. Okay, got gyro. You needed a motor. You need some tubes. You need displays again. Or always displays. Don't know why I said again. And this side, I'm just not very paying attention-y as a person. Also not very good at speaking. Okay. Take a few motors. Oh, grids. Yeah. Okay. We'll make 100 of them. Move those. I guess I didn't need to make 200 large steel tubes. May have been a bit over. So we'll take some glass. Do some glass things. Okay. Normally I wouldn't put glass on these, but they are kind of exposed. So I could very easily see them getting whacked off on accident. Oh, these needed something I have. Small steel tubes. Ah. This is what you get for not paying attention to the things you're doing. And for not using the build planner that you really should use. Okay. Well, real quick, while I wait for the grids. Put you back. Take a bit of these. I've got this stuff. We'll finish doing this. Perfect. And I don't love the fact that the battery will be landing with the connector, but actually, do I want to do that? So I can extend the connector out one, make it the lowest point. My concern is it's already the lowest point, and what I want is for this ship to be able to drill into its own hole. How to do that? I would like to protect the battery more than it is. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So what I shall use, not the sorter, the flat conveyor frame. So that, build both of those, except for I need more construction components. And then I'll also have to get the parts for the connector again, because I'm using them up building the other parts. That's fine. Yeah. So now, I can do that. And what I can do, well, we'll do it later. I'll build, I'll cough. And I'll build little landing leg studs, sort of like a helicopter. Or I could just use landing gear. Maybe we'll just use landing gear, like a reasonable human being. Because then it can actually lock to stuff instead of just being cosmetic. Okay. So. Lots of grid. Okay. Oh, and real quick. We'll set it to produce 50 of those should be enough. How many? I think this needs 20. Yeah. Each of these needs one. Okay, so I can not make 20 or 40. I can make 20 more. That should be good. That'll get us well set up. Okay. Now the challenge is... if the connector's up here... Now that might be a downside of not having the connector where I originally intended. I won't really be able to drop it off and have it... I'll have to do some finagling to get it to hook onto this. Oh, and that just ran out. So, we'll see how that goes. Because I don't have, the trouble is there's no fuel in the tanks. So there's no way for me to actually fly. Who needs energy? I do. First, let's fill her up. And take a seat. Lovely sunny day. Perfect. Okay. So you just need power cells, motor and small steel tubes. I think everything else... Oh. Everything is built except... Let's... Yeah, we can take some of these. Well, except for... We've made poor choices in the amounts we took. Okay. So, power cells... And I need a little bit of steel to make the little kicker thrust down here. Which I can't place because we're too close to that. Okay, we'll do it later. It's not technically needed until space, really. And even then you could do it, it's just really annoying with that much thrust coming out off the back. Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted. Let's put those back. Take all of those. And weld this up. And our engines. Perfect. Oh, and some thrusters I missed. Need more grids. Dang it. I was like, ah, perfect, I'm set. Move those over just to have them. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I've got all our directions of thrust. We have no thrust because we have no fuel. And we need more thrust because to get fuel, we need to be able to fly laterally. But luckily... Ooh, and what I can do... Yeah, so we'll... Interior plates... So I can make 10 more thrusters, small ones, because they take 2 each of the grids. Or I can make more grids. Take some of each of that. So, what I can do, one thing I will want on this is parachutes. That way, when it goes up, fills up its cargo, and I try to bring it back down to Earth, it won't explode because it can't actually stop itself. So those seem like 2 perfect little parachute spots. And I can extend out that and make this a little row of thrust. And unfortunately, I have to use these because, well, not for each step. In fact, we won't. There. Whoop. 8. We'll use those there. Save a little bit. We need construction components and motors. Those are not construction components. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So down there we'll have our, essentially the thrust we have for non-space flight. Which I need to put down these. Yeah. And on the outside, we can have our... We'll just have some armor blocks. And this will be where we attach our landing gear, because it's too high. Not too high, but, you know, 2 blocks. We'll face them backwards a little bit. That is, it is somewhat annoying. The landing gear isn't perfectly... There's a long side and a short side. It lets you kind of... Whoa. Things are weird when you're flying sideways to reality. Helps you kind of line up like a front and back, but I don't know. Sometimes I'd like it to be more even. Need more of these. Okay. So now our battery is protected from any hits that it may take. Well, at least from hitting the ground. What this will mean... So either... This is a thought I kind of just had. Where are you? So either the ship just kind of, you know, flies, digs with these, and then either I have to basically go up and down, clearing a path for myself, or I give it a little try drill as I choke to death. And now, yeah, actually, now we're going try drill. So motor, computer, and tubes. Should be enough. And construction components. So now, we will very much be able to fit into whatever hole we want to dig. Technically, we only need the front, we really only need the front drill if we're just kind of hitting an ore deposit, but we should be able to burrow our way into anything. So, what do I need? Only need that. A couple of those. Those. No, they don't need those. We'll just... Oh, construction components. There we go. For these little thrusters here. Yeah. Oh. Well, good thing I chose 6, because I did my math wrong. I was looking at small steel tubes. I may end up having to make more grids anyway. Did that? Okay. Remember, I thought that said assert for a second. I got scared. Yep. Dang it. 3 more grids. There we go. Take that. What do you need? Yeah, so just 3 grids. Oh, and I'll need more grids because I have to have, there are 2 more thrusters. Not Grodd, but that'll do. It's pretty quick at producing stuff, which is nice. That is obviously the, production suite on board the scrap metal that I'm making use of. This base only has hydrogen refining capabilities. But since it's all connected and piped up now, we're pretty good. Okay. So that's looking pretty set. I guess the next step is to figure out how on earth we're going to get it onto this connector. Now, on this pad that's a little too small to walk around effectively. So, how much do I need for one of these? 1 metal grid. Okay. Wacky idea. We're going to... I don't think these are going to stay. Honestly, they kind of could. Yeah. I have everything on me. Perfect. Except for the things I don't have. So, construction components and motors. And motors. So, these should hopefully give me enough maneuverability that I can flip it over real quick, turn it to the direction I need, hopefully not crash in the process, and connect up so that I can refuel this. The challenge is going to be... Okay, I can get this to a point where it works. What I'm going to need to do is disconnect this. Yeah, I will be able to land with it. And actually, it'll probably be sticking off that way, so we'll be good. So, let's name this landing gear temp. I need to disconnect that from the cockpit because as soon as it connects, I need to roll over onto that side with the 2 thrusters. What I don't want is to roll backwards or left or right, where I have no thrust. How? And to make it even more challenging, I have to roll in the one direction where there's something in the way. So great. Great. Okay. So that's temp. Okay. So, moment of truth. When I give the go, I will pull my mouse down to nose down and hopefully gain control. In fact, whoops, that's the wrong button. I think I do want to do this from the cockpit. That way I can see my roll. So, okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh, oh, it's real. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't go as well. It's a little bit heavy maybe for one gyro. Uh, okay. 3, 2, 1 again. Do it. Come on. Ah. Okay, we're gonna have to use the or not numpad, the arrow keys on the computer. Which, little fact for, or little tip, I guess, for those of you at home, you can use the arrow keys on the computer and it'll give a little bit more forceful of a response, gyro response. So if you're operating a very heavy ship, like say a big capital ship that doesn't have a lot of force to pull it around with the mouse, you can use those. It'll still be relatively slow, but you can generally bring it over faster because you don't have to, you know, slide lift on the mouse. So, okay, 3, 2, 1. Well, okay, we've not done it. Why didn't that work? So they do work. Okay, I've learned something. Force is the wrong word. I don't know exactly what it does. I found it easier to use the number keys on large ships, but the mouse definitely can apply more immediate force. So, see if maybe we can roll ourselves down the hill. I've fallen off the platform now. Well, this is sad. Okay. New plan. So, if we can flip the thing, guess we can get rid of this now. I need stuff to make a piston. I might have the stuff to make a piston. Ah, small steel tubes. One of those, and just take 10 of those. Okay, so bright side, we've done this on the channel before. When we've flipped other important things. So that... Oh, and I don't have any more steel plate, which I need in abundance. Okay. Turn off the inertial dampeners so that it doesn't do anything funny. Because we don't have force in every direction, so funny tends to happen. Build ourselves our little break. Give me... Nope, not that. Give me you. Nope. Okay, so now we continue. And with luck... No, that's not right. Yeah, no, that's about as far down as I can go. So with luck, it'll find its point where it likes to be on its other side, and it'll just roll right on over. Give me the head. Okay, it won't. Give me that. Okay. We'll just kind of do that. Okay. We'll just kind of do that. Oh, we're real close. Okay. Hmm. I think part of the issue is we aren't quite level with the ground, so we're just kind of pushing out. Let's try maybe, yeah, sticking it there. Well, that didn't do much. Okay. I guess we could push from down here. This might get us going a little quicker. Yeah. Nope. Good enough. I say, as I just look away and hope the ship doesn't fall on my head. Oh, and now maybe... Hmm. Will that be far enough? We'll see. This might not be far enough away from the center of mass to actually push it over. It may just kind of move it. Yeah. In fact, yeah, now we've lost progress, so goody. Okay. Well, let's go up here then. Don't think I can build it on you. That'll work. Okay. And we're back. Okay. That would be perfect, but we're not quite there yet. Hmm. Well, here could work. Or here could clang us out in a horrible, terrifying, and very entertaining to watch way. Oh, so close to flipping. Go ahead and brace it out that way a bit, just to kind of hopefully keep it from rolling forward again. Welp. Okay. Let's try a different approach. So, what do we have? We do have the headhunter. Let's see. There you are. Crazy little fella. Okay. So I removed the landing gear I had on. I used to move something. We could see if we can just nudge it over. Like get the missile turret or missile launcher up under. I'm sure this won't cause any sort of issues. Okay, hello. Ah, slipped out. So maybe... Oh, oh, it's going, it's going. Uh-huh. You know, probably good enough. Set that down there. Oh, nope. Dampener's starting doing funny. Oh, come on. Oh, it'll spin. It won't roll. Oh. It's a little bit. I can kind of torque it over. Come on, buddy. Oh, it's so close. Come on. I thought I had something. Okay. Well, now that it's a little closer, hopefully one piston. One, there we go. Hopefully this will be enough to tip it on its legs again. Real quick before I do that, though. Turn off auto lock just for convenience sake. Okay. Can I... Oh! Haha! Okay, well, step one, we are right side up. So now, next step, we take off all the bits. There we go. Next step is to see if it can lift itself on just those Atmos. Without being locked to the ground. Okay. The answer is no. So, step 3 is we run out of jetpack fuel. Yeah, fix that. I know, I know. Okay. So with it hovering and trying its best to fly, if I put a landing gear back on this, I may be able to lift enough to kind of put it into position. So let's see. I've got to reverse up to it, which is difficult in its own right. So maybe grab it right there. Yes. Oh no. It's feisty. Oh, it's feisty. And I think... Come on. Oh, just need it to line up. Yes! Away with you. Okay. We'll go ahead... Where's of? The danger of having stuff above you is you can't just rock it up. You might hit stuff. Okay. Put that back. Yes. So now we'll turn off inertial dampeners just to keep it from using power. And locked. Let's actually unlock because I want to set the thrusters first. The the Atmos will be going away. So need to think of a name. We'll just call it minor thrusters for now. That's not a good name, so we'll need to think of a new one. Oh, and I wanna... Okay, minor thrusters should not include the large ones. The large ones are minor boosters. Except for now, they're all one and the same. So we'll have that there. That switch lock. We'll have the landing gear next to it on 3. And then boosters will be toggled on 4 so then I can quickly hit them. Oh no, I don't know which drill is which. Well, that answers it. One of them doesn't exist. So that would be the drill on the base. This is the drills on the thing. For the drill group. So I can drill. So that's nice. Can turn off all my thrusters. So that's nice. Oh, and maybe I should set it up. Set those with the boosters. No, because I may want to use those separate. I'll work on that at some point. But for now, we'll set these minor spotlights. Give them a little yellow. And then turn them off. Because it's daytime, we don't need lights. Oh, they look so chubby there. I don't know why. Okay. We'll set up more groups. For now, we'll lock. And... these are taking all the hydrogen. If I set this to stockpile 2, yep, so it'll start filling as well. And it'll fill much quicker. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty good. I may have to do something with this little line of blocks here, but that'll come later. That's a little space-capable miner. Oh, last thing I need. My parachutes. Oh, which shockingly take everything that a piston does. So... handy. Okay. So I need computer. And I don't think I have... No canvas in there. So we set tin to be made. I think the small blocks only need one one fabric each, but I don't know. Guess there's only one way to find out. Oops. Go ahead and slap these bad boys on the back. Get some room to take these bad boys off the body. Nope, wrong tool. Welp. Is there anything else? No, I think that's everything. Those thrusters back there are it, so dump everything else out. The last parts I need are here. Except for those. Okay. So yeah. Now we're good. Got our miner. Scrap metal is fueling up. Got our base with all our ice. I think that's a good episode. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you everybody for joining me. Next episode, I think I said this last time, next episode we'll go into space. This time for real, next episode, well, may fill those in, but whatever. Next episode, we're going to space. We are doing it. May make some mild tweaks and adjustments to the body armor, but I also will need to test and see if it actually flies, I guess. That's important. But we're set to go. We will gather all the gold, silver, and cobalt that the sky has to offer, and then we'll be pretty much on our way. So thank you everybody for joining and watching. We'll be same time, same place next week-ish. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you all there. Exciting stuff. Bye-bye.